Today, I'm going over 15 of the best Bloxburg updates. Before the video starts, I'm trying to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, and we are over 75% of the way there, so if you could subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Starting off, we have 0.3.4. This update was released around August of 2016, and it's special because it added vehicles. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure 5 vehicles were added. The Bored Bullet, RiOT 500, Bloxburg DLX2, Moped, and Classic Motorcycle. Number 2 is 0.4.9. It was released around April of 2017 and it introduced advanced placement. Most of you probably know what that game pass is, but for those of you who don't, advanced placement turns collisions off, which means you can put objects inside of each other without getting the annoying error message. Number 3 is 0.5.0. It released a month later in May of 2017. The update brought different ages to Bloxburg. You could now be a kid, teen, or adult. Character customization was added too, which meant you could wear whatever you want without having to pay Robux. R15 support was also added, which meant you no longer had to walk around like this. Number 4 is 0.5.5. The update released on August of 2017 and it added the large plot game pass. When it first released, the game pass did not give double the plot data, which meant you had a 50 by 50 plot with the plot data of a 30 by 30 plot. This wasn't changed until August of 2020, but most builds weren't very big back then, so it wasn't much of a problem. Number 5 is 0.7.2. It released on December 29th of 2018 and added 2 new cars, the Nubis Superior and the Nubis Limousine, or what I like to say, the small limo and the big limo. The smaller limo can be bought for $170,000, while the bigger limo is 8,000 Bloxbucks. In other words, 2,160 Robux. Number 6 is 0.7.7. This update released on June 10th of 2019 and added the clone tool. This tool can clone objects while keeping their color and texture, which saves a lot of time for big builds. If you have multiple objects stacked on top of each other, it'll copy that too. Bloxburg also reached 1 billion visits during this update and gave out the 1 billion trophy. If you have this trophy, it's a pretty rare item, so keep your account safe because you can no longer get it. Right after 0.7.7 is number 7, 0.7.8. That's a lot of 7s. This update was released on July 3rd and added the bulldoze tool. This tool allows you to delete everything on your plot with the click of a button and typing your username. Before 0.7.8, if you had a lot of small objects on your plot, have fun deleting them because it's gonna take a while. Number 8 is 0.8.2. It released on December 6th of 2019 and added neighborhoods. Today you can have up to 75 people in a neighborhood, but back then it was only limited to 50. The neighborhood settings were also pretty small. You could change the name, who could join, max players, and blacklisted players, and that's it. Now we can change a lot more, such as grass color, weather settings, and time of day. Number 9 is 0.9.4. It was released on December 30th of 2020 and was the final update of the year. Structurals were added, which marked a turning point in the complexity of Bloxburg building. Beams, rods, planks, moldings, and chains were introduced. If you changed to custom placement, you could put structurals wherever you want. Number 10 is 0.9.6. The update released on March 13th of 2021 and it introduced the scale tool in basic shapes. You could place the shapes and resize them to whatever you want using the scale tool. The scale tool could also resize a couple objects. This was a very big Bloxburg update and it meant that build mode was pretty much turning into Roblox Studio, but we were just missing one tool, which leads us into the next update. Number 11 is 0.11.2. It released on December 9th of 2022 and added the Transform Plus game pass. This tool could move an object anywhere on your plot. That meant you could rotate objects to whatever degree you wanted, and you could also just make them float in the sky. The Transform tool was actually introduced in 0.11.1, but it was very restricted at the time, which meant you couldn't do much with it. Number 12 is 0.11.6. This update released on April 20th of 2023 and added the color wheel. Instead of buying this feature with Robux, you had to buy it with 600 Bloxbucks. The color wheel allowed players to use a lot more colors. How many colors? 16,777,216 colors. Compare that to the old 128 colors. I think it's a pretty good update. Number 13 is 0.11.7. It released on May 25th of 2023 and revamped the Bloxburg gym. It used to look like this, but now it looks like this. The athletic skill was also updated. There are now progression rewards which gave players a reason to work on their skills. Number 14 is 0.11.8. This update released a month later on June 29th of 2023. The observatory was revamped into a new interactive building. Before then, it was just a building that had no door. The beach was also revamped and now it looks a lot better. And finally, number 15 is 0.11.9. It released on August 25th of 2023. Between number 14 and 15, the burger place exploded. To make up for that, 0.11.9 introduced the new Bloxburgers. A job was added to this building and it's now, in my opinion, the best Bloxburg job. The job progression and payment systems were also changed. For the fast food job, there is now an efficiency level. The higher your percentage is, the more money you will make. And that was 15 of the best Bloxburg updates. If I forgot to mention an update, leave it down in the comments. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. Once again, I'm trying to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, and we are getting very close. Subscribing is free and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. But that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed and make sure to stick around for the next video.